Alright gang, welcome back to our Skyefin Aquafarm series here in Kinlaig, and we are starting off the day here by giving a nice little power wash here to our harvester. It is desperately needed, as you can tell. It was super muddy, but we're going to go ahead and take care of this. The reason why we're doing that now is because we're getting ready to go harvest our soybeans, which is super exciting. That means we can actually start the process of transferring the fish food around, and that's going to be exciting for us, right? So last episode, a little bit of a brutal one. And, yeah, but we're back in the groove here. Now, I was out of town for a little while, so there's some comments for sure that I need to get back to. I promise okay, can I please just get into here? Versus, please? Thank you. There's some comments that I need to reply to and get back to. I will do that. I was out of the country, actually, for about almost 6 days. Yeah, really, it was 6 days, I guess. 5 full days and a couple hours on the 6th day. So, you know, I was unable really to have a whole lot of connection. It was only when I don't have data of any sort outside of the country. I pay for the cheapest line, honestly. I just don't really feel like I need it because I don't go out of the country all that often, except for when I go to Toronto for work. But, you know, it is what it is. Toronto has a very vast amount of Wi-Fi that I can use, right, which is really all I need. But this location did have Wi-Fi, but really it was kind of spotty. I thought I was in my hotel room. Certainly had the Wi-Fi, otherwise I didn't. So regardless of that, there wasn't a whole lot that I was in the hotel room. I was there for a bachelor party. Not one I wanted to go on. I've mentioned that a number of times in the past, but nonetheless, that's what I was there for, so it was fun. Just, you know, a whole lot of drinking and not really something that I do all that often anymore. I certainly like to have my libation or a beer every once in a while, but not 4 or 5 days in a row of it. That's getting a little too old for that, if I'm going to be honest with you. But, you know, that's what happens at all-inclusives, right? I mean, you want to get your money's worth, and we're having a good time for the most part. But I would have liked to do a few more activities, if that makes sense, versus just drinking every day, all day long at the pools. I've mentioned many times I'm not really a big guy or proponent for going to the beach or any kind of place that is super hot. I understand they can be pretty. I understand that, but yeah, I'm more of the location we're in now. Mountains, you know, somewhere in the north. That's more my style. Nothing against anybody else if that is not your style. That's just my style. So a little out of my comfort zone, I guess is how I'll put it. Going to somewhere like that. They did have some ATV type of stuff. We didn't unfortunately get to do it. I think they might be doing it. I didn't stay the entire time, just for a couple of massive reasons. One, the cost was insane, and you know, a friend that's getting married, he makes pretty good money. I unfortunately don't, in my real job, I unfortunately don't make that good of money, so I couldn't stay as long as he is. I think they're leaving, I'm recording this Monday, because I got back Sunday morning at like 2 a.m. I didn't do any recording yesterday. We had thought about doing one for the one-tile challenge, but we decided not to, and I just, honestly, I was exhausted, because I had been traveling since about 9 a.m., I think, or 8:30 a.m., I think, our time. And I say our time, I'm talking Eastern time. Their time, it was even earlier than that. It was like 6 in the morning or whatever. So, I'm pretty tired. So I just decided that I wasn't going to be in the level or the mindset that I need to be in to really do a video, enjoy it, and actually have, you know, that all-encompassing thing I always say, which is I want to make sure that if you're watching a video of me that it sounds like I'm enthusiastic about something. I just knew I wasn't going to be because I was so groggy and tired. So worked out for the best, but I am a little bit behind there, I guess, in getting some videos done. So we're going to be doing that a lot this week. Now, speaking of videos, you know, right now, at the time that you're watching this, the only series that we actually have running is this one, the competitive one-tile challenge, and our Can You Survive 25 challenge, which only happens once a week, right? There is a series that I have planned to replace not only this, but when the time comes for this, we've got a little bit longer. We got, well, we got a little while longer, actually. We'll probably have 12 episodes left on this series, something like that. But I have a series to replace what concluded yesterday, which was the Vanilla Survival. There's a third series that has now been brought up that I'm kind of interested in taking on. I'm not 1,000% sure that I will take it on yet or not, but my buddy Crustu, who is one of the individuals who's doing the one-tile challenge with me, has come out with a new challenge. It really piqued my interest. It would push my boundaries a bit on some of the rules on that. I'm really interested in it. So, what I might end up doing here, a lot of you mentioned some different maps for me for the Triple Threat Challenge, which we know is replacing the Vanilla Survival. Still going to do it. There's no removal of that of any sort. But what I might end up doing is kind of stretching my limit here a little bit and adding in Crustu's challenge as well. Now, I'm not sure when this series will be done, so it would mean that we're running quite a lot of series at the same time, as a matter of fact. But what I might end up doing with that series is eventually, when this series is over, replacing this series with that for the time being, while I work on finalizing the series that my members know about that will be replacing this. We'll also probably take a few extra days before I come out with the Triple Threat Challenge as well, just so I can kind of check out a couple of these other maps that some of you mentioned. I know I did reply to some of the comments yesterday. I didn't get to all of them, but a lot of you mentioned some maps that I have never even looked at, so I would, like to at least, check them out and see if maybe they're a better option than what I have selected. I have two selected, really, at the time of this recording, and I mentioned that before I left. It's still those same two. I haven't done any research past that, but I didn't see anybody say the two that I have selected, so just in the interest of making sure that I am honest with all of you, I do want to check the videos, the maps that you all mentioned, to make sure that they're not a better option for us, or a better choice, because they very well might be. Now, I am making some modifications to the Triple Threat Challenge. It's still, in essence, the exact same type of challenge, but the big three Triple Threat, they're going to be modified ever so slightly, and there's a couple reasons for that, and I'll go into it in heavy detail during that series, but we're just going to make it a little bit more difficult, but a little bit more of an option to a certain extent on a couple of the things. It'll make more sense when we get to it, but I just want to make sure that there are going to be some modifications, just some things we learned across the way, or along the way. Random animals are not going to be changing. The crop will change slightly, but it's still going to basically be the selection of a crop, but it'll make sense. The loan is going to change vastly. I've got a crazy idea in my head for that, so we will see. Anyway, how is everyone doing? I hope you're doing well, man. I'm so excited to be back doing these videos. I know that might sound crazy too, considering what I just said, where I came from, but yeah, I don't know. I love making these videos. It's just relaxing. It's enjoyable. I like having the conversations with all of you. And honestly, I'm excited to be back and doing a competitive one-tile challenge here. Well, tomorrow, at the time of this recording, it'll be tomorrow for me. So, yeah, I'm excited, man. It's going to be fun. Soybeans. So, these soybeans, when we're done harvesting these are going directly to the fish food factory. Super exciting. As you can tell, we've got canola oil into the fish food factory. We've got flour into the fish food factory. We've already set everything to distributing. I'm not dealing with the issues we had last time. We're not doing that anymore. That is no longer going to be a thing for us. They're all going to be on distributing. Offshore, everything. I should have put these on distributing, and I did not, so we'll go ahead and do that now. I think there might be a few pallets that spawn there, but that's okay. We're going to have to get those off anyway. I said we have to do everything kind of once, right? Even though we've already technically done that there, we'll pick those up. That's fine. But as we move forward, they can go distributing. Well, Well, as a matter of fact, we can just put them on selling, probably, right? I'm just going to put them on selling. Screw it. I'm putting them on selling. There will be a couple pallets there we can get off today, which will be probably another abysmal situation for us, but, you know, whatever. I suffer for you, I will suffer. A lot of you thought that episode was relatively funny, so I'm glad that you got the humor out of it. The pain I was dealing with. It's definitely, I've said it many times before, I'll say it many times again, that is not my forte, doing that. And I saw a few comments saying that it's definitely a finicky production, and there definitely could have been a better way to go about it, and I agree, but, you know, it is what it is. At least it was something new. At least they tried something new. Big old soybean field here, man. This is really, I think this is actually going to be plenty when it comes to the fish food factory. As you can tell, we've got, I mean, there's a lot in there, man. There's a lot. The barley there's no more barley in there, so we can go ahead and deactivate that for the time being. So we just got the canola oil going. There's not much canola in there, but, you know, that's, I mean, we're almost, well, I guess we're more than halfway full in our fish food factory with the canola oil. So honestly, what I said before is realistic, right? Having the smaller field for the canola is really probably all we need, or at least just one field of it. And for now, we made it this field right here, and we also have it on. No, we don't. Okay, good. We made this the wheat field. That's right. But this is going to be plenty for the rest of the series. We won't need any more canola than that. Been a couple of days, so you got to bear with me here, gang. I'm a little rusty as far as which fields were which. Honestly, I haven't recorded a video in since last Monday, a week from today, basically. So it's a whole week I've taken off. Work was brutal today, of course, as you would expect, with being off that long. And my boss is now off for the next 2 weeks, so it's gonna be a little bit of a rough couple of weeks for me at the work. But that's all right. All right, we are 70% full already, and we have literally only gone around the headland. So this is all right. Evidently, we are going on our own path here. That I did not think I said that we were going to be doing that. I'm going to give this kind of my own personal third headland pass on the top here, just because I think we need to get the trailer over here and start to unload this, because this is getting pretty full pretty quickly. So real quick, going back to Crusty's challenge you came up with. So it's basically like an island type of challenge where you've got to own the whole map. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend you do. Like I said, I'm about 90% positive that I am going to be implementing that challenge here on the channel, likely this week, probably before the Triple Threat Challenge comes out. Like I said, it just really piqued my interest, man. I kind of want to take it on with him. He's looking for other people to take it on. I don't know who has, if anybody, yet, but I'm definitely considering it. I think it could be a lot of fun. And a real challenge. And those of you that have watched the channel for a long time know that that's really what I like to do more than anything, is the challenge type of series, because I just think there's some really cool challenges that people have come up with. And it really tests your limits, right? It forces you to do stuff maybe outside of your comfort zone that you normally wouldn't do. Whether that's enjoyable or not, I don't know, but yeah, I kind of like the idea of doing some different type of things that I normally wouldn't do, and putting it into a challenge. All right, so let's jump into... we'll use the case for this one. I haven't used the case in a bit. It's getting a little dirty. I'm not going to worry about washing it right now, but it's getting a little dirty. It probably needs a wash. All right, well, we are cruising along here nicely, gang. We've got a little bit left to do, but yeah, a really nice harvest, as a matter of fact. We've got a lot in that trailer, which is going to go directly to our fish food production. So it's going to be good to see exactly how much we're actually going to get out of basically the couple of harvests that we did. Obviously only one from a canola perspective, but it'll be interesting to see because we've got a lot of flour in there, as you can tell. We've got 4 more pallets we can bring down there that have spawned before we put it on distributing. So that should get us pretty daggone close to being 80,000, somewhere around the 78,000. I think each of those, I think they're 2,000. Maybe they're only 1,000. I don't know. But somewhere either mid-70s or only a couple of thousand away from 80,000. So it'll get us pretty close. The canola oil, as we talked about, right, it's still cruising along, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what 2,986 more liters of canola turns into as far as the canola oil goes. I mean, you can do the math down there, 2 canola to 1 canola oil, so... I mean, you're just do the math there. You're going to get 1,500 liters of canola oil out of that. So, yeah, I mean, it's not going to be maxed out on the canola, but it'll be close. And, yeah, the soybeans, 80,000 liters of that. I think we're going to have more than that, as a matter of fact. We've got 12,594. I'm completely off. We are not going to have more than that. I don't know why I felt like there was a lot more going in there than that, but I guess not. Either way, it'll at least get us started, right? It'll get us started. And what we can try to do and look at here with the money that we've got is, you know, see if there's any other soybean fields that are out there that we could potentially purchase, right? I said don't think we really specifically need another soybean field or another field in general, and I'm still abide by that, but if there's something out there that's reasonably priced and it has canola in it, I mean, we might as well look. As a matter of fact, there's only 2 fields that have canola in it that I can see. Maybe I'm missing one, but 164,000, obviously we can't afford that. This is way larger, so 503,000, yep, so... yeah, that's where we're at. There's only 2 fields with soybeans, so besides ours, of course. So yeah, we're saving field. Well, in this instance, just looking at it, field 16, we're saving that for soybeans. 71 is our wheat field. There's our canola fields 13, and then we have 10 and 9, which we combined together for our soybean field. So. Yeah, I think you guys are right. We kind of talked about, you know, when we were going to end this series, whether it was going to be this season or the next season. I do think just looking at this and how much soybeans we got and how much it's going to require for us to be able to be self-sufficient, because that's the end goal here, right, was to be self-sufficient when it comes to the fish productions, meaning we're able to send the fish food all over the place. We don't have to go to the shop and buy any fish food. So given the fact of how much soybeans we have here and how much we're going to need really to probably be able to continue to, fund, if you will, for lack of a better word, the 3 fish lakes in our offshore agriculture and our young fish breeding. It's going to require a lot. I mean, it's a lot of fish food that's going to be required for that. Obviously, the fish lakes don't have to have that much more, but nonetheless, it is a lot. So yeah, fish food breeding, by the way, completely dead right now. We've got to get some fish food there. So we're going to have to buy some today. Which we kind of knew that anyway, right? We're just now going to be starting the fish food production today. So it's obviously it's not unrealistic because this is just a base map production. So it's going to take a while for it to process through and get us to the point where it actually is sending the fish food. So now this field here, we're not going to worry about plowing it up or anything today. We will do that here in the winter months coming up. We're not going to be planting soybeans this year. We're going to have to wait till next year to plant soybeans again anyway. That is the main reason why. I already forgot the field. Field 16? Yeah, field 16 is still sitting there without anything in it. So. But this has been very, very productive, man. We've really got a lot out of this. So I guess those of you that are members on the channel, you get early access to this video and in other videos like this, right? So if you are watching this ahead of time, let me know your thoughts on if you think it would be fun or if you like the idea of me trying to tackle Crestu's new challenge he came out with. If you do, we will figure out a way to make it work, right? Some days we might only have one episode of whatever series is going on that week, but yeah, we'll figure out a way to make it work with 3 series going at the same time, basically. Obviously, this week, the Triple Threat Challenge is likely not going to start until, if it does start this week, it won't be till Friday. And I'm not even positive it will start on Friday. It might be, maybe it starts Monday or Tuesday next week. But either way, let me know your thoughts, and we'll kind of figure it out. Even if not, I mean, you're going to watch it still before we start, so let me know your thoughts too, I guess, on that. Well, maybe you will. I don't know. I might have it recorded before then. I don't know. It really depends on what I decide to do. I guess today, tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. I think by Wednesday I'd have my mind made up if I'm going to take on Crestu's challenge or not. like I said, I'm heavily leaning towards doing it, regardless of the fact that we're gonna have a lot of series running at the same time. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, though. I know some people probably don't like when I have so many running because it does take, you know, longer between episodes or whatever. But I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I really don't. Can change things up from time to time. All right, we're going to drive the trailer over here to unload this one because, well, quite frankly, because there's no reason for me to drive the harvester all the way over there. It's going to be faster to drive the tractor over here with the trailer. I just killed a tiny bit of crop there. Whoops. I did. That's all right. So 12,594 liters of soybeans at current. So we're going to be looking somewhere in the range of 20,000, and I don't know why I was thinking 80,000. That was insane. I don't know what I was thinking there. I told you I'm rusty, gang. Give me a minute. I still feel like that's pretty good off this field, right? The size of the field we got here. It's a large field, but I still think that's a solid harvest. I mean, I think it was from looking in the left-hand corner, it looked like it was giving us a lot of yield per hectare. So, I mean, most of it is, the pH value is good or perfect. There's probably a couple places we could have touched up the pH value a little more, but we can do that for the next drilling, right? Let's finish this up. All right, we got all that delivered. It is turned on, by the way, so it is starting to produce fish food for us. We're going to head to the shop here. We hit 11 o'clock in the process, made a little bit more money, but we're going to go to the shop here. We're going to pick up the fish food, our normal, you know, maintenance type of process we've been doing for quite a while, and we're going to deliver that. I'm going to buy quite a bit this time. I would love to be able to get the aqua farm up to max amount of fish food, and then that way the fish food factory doesn't have to work so hard right now, and we'll, you know, truly see how it does in comparison to getting everything up and running, right? Like I said, it is running. There's my one pallet of fish food that we dropped in the water. All of you correctly said that if they do drop one in the water, they will. Why am I going into there? They will spawn at the main shop, so that's a nice thing to know about and have. There we go. And like I said, we're going to buy a bunch. That was the plan. That was the intention all along. All right. There was a nice telehandler out there, by the way, in the used market, but we don't really need it. We already purchased another one. I guess we could sell that one and buy that one and maybe make a few bucks off of it in the long run, but we don't really need it. I have not moved the forklifts and everything back yet. We're going to do that here in the off-season. I just knew with the harvest today that it would be probably smarter for me to just kind of wait and do that here in a bit, so we'll do that soon enough, but it won't be right now, obviously. I guess I should have the beacon on for doing this, especially given my last few experiences with it. Well, that went well. Yep, that went great. Here we go. Here we go again. We're starting off well on the pallet steer. It's fantastic. Alright, that is not going to work there. I'll tell you what, we're going to flip around the other side. I pushed them a little bit too far. I thought I was going to push them enough to where I could stack that one single pallet on the side there, because I knew we'd probably need... Okay, well, there we go. There we go. There it is. There we go again. Here we go. All right, we're going to push them back this way this time now. More suffering for you. Or me. Sorry. At your expense. Or your whatever you want to call it. More suffering for me. For your humorous enjoyment, I guess. Let's just make sure those don't go anywhere. Okay. So these I'm going to throw on the back here, I think. I should be able to stack the other ones on top. No problem. I should be able to, at least. Now that we kind of we screwed it up a little bit, I think this should still work. It's not perfect, but you know what? At this point, I don't really care if it's perfect or not, right? That guy almost fell. We got away with that one. Okay. You know what? I don't care. That's fine. That's fine. I don't care. All right, we just gotta get this last guy in here. This one should be no problem. Now that I said that, I've just jinxed myself, but it shouldn't be a problem. It really shouldn't. Just put it on the back. It shouldn't be a problem at all. We did it. We did it, gang. We did it. It wasn't perfect, but we did it. Considering the last episode, it was more perfect than that. All right, we are strapped, and we are ready to go. I will see you back at the yard. All right, we are pulling up here like we normally do. We're going to drop it off the fish food. We're just going to do all this, get that maxed out. The only thing that really won't be maxed out from this will be the aquafarm, the offshore aquafarm. But that's okay. Whatever we make can be sent there. Whatever we make from the fish food factory, I should say, can be sent there. I still have these on storing because I still kind of want these to, I kind of want to do those the old-fashioned way, I think. We might turn them on auto-selling eventually, but I just don't want to deal with that offshore agriculture situation again. Whoa! So I'm not even going to worry about the fact that we lose a little bit of money on that one. I don't care. That's been the bane of my existence, and we're just going to leave it at that. Now, this should almost all fit in there. There's going to be a little bit of leftover, just a very tiny bit, but that's good. I'm fine with that. It will chew through it when it wants to, right? Between now and the next episode, between now and November, it will chew through it. All right, evidently we missed it a little bit because some of that should have been able to be accepted in there. There we go. All right, perfect. So that is all in there. If we take a look in here, maxed out the fish food there. Well, pretty much. It just ate through some of it already. And things are moving along nicely here, right? As good as they can be, at least. And we're making fish food. As you can see there, it's a slow process, but we're making it nonetheless. And we'll truly see exactly how much we're going to get here very soon. So hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to leave the episode at that point. If you did, make sure you smash the like and subscribe button in the case you've yet to do so. Thank you to my members. I cannot thank them enough. If you want to become a member, there's early access to videos like this one, including the competitive one-tile challenge. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for your support. Check the Discord, and we'll see you next time.